I decided to return to the village where I grew up. At first glance, it seemed that nothing had changed there. The old wooden cabins stood in their places, the trees were still the same, and the lungs of the forest made familiar sounds. But one thing has changed. A dead woman was lying in an old tomb in the local cemetery. I remember her from my youth. Her name was Elena, and she was a beautiful woman with long, dark hair and mysterious, deep eyes. The other villagers always thought she was a bit strange. She never opened up to anyone and spent most of her time walking around the forest. The heiress said that Elena communicated with spirits and had the gift of seeing things that others could not. But one day, Elena disappeared. No one knew where she had gone, and the village was filled with the sounds of whispers and false stories of what had happened. It was as if the earth had swallowed her. And now here she lay in the local cemetery, dead. Her tomb was old and neglected, as if no one had come for years. I read on her tombstone, "Elena, beloved daughter and sister, gone too soon." I had a strange dream last night. I saw Elena's figure approaching me with a sad expression on her face. Her eyes were even deeper and more mysterious than I remembered. I wanted to ask what happened to her, but the words stuck in my throat. When I woke up, I felt something was wrong. I was convinced that Elena's spirit was still here. I decided that I had to find her and find out what happened because she seemed to be trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead. All day I walked around the forest, where Elena often went. As dusk fell, I began to hear faint whispers and visions of her days began to return to me. She was here with us, among us, and she wanted to say something. Suddenly, I saw a bright light between the trees. I went to it, and there, in the middle of the forest, stood Elena's figure, the light in her eyes dazzling the darkness around her. I felt a cool breeze and heard mysterious whispers. Elena didn't say a word to me, but her expression said it all. She was here to tell me that something bad had happened and that her spirit was trapped. She had mysteriously disappeared, but now she was trying to find an answer to her own death. I promised her that I would help her. She walked off into the darkness of the forest, and I remained standing, promising myself that I would not leave until I discovered the truth about Elena's death and freed her spirit. From the day I saw Elena's figure, my life choices changed. I left my old life and decided to discover Elena's secret, which could lead me to dark and scary places I would never have discovered before. But I will do it for her, for the dead woman who is still trying to find answers and peace.